Here is a smart AWS trick that helps your Lambda run faster and cheaper. I'm Ritvik, a 20-year-old building a SaaS business called Busynes, and today is day 27. When developers start building serverless applications on AWS, they usually leave their Lambda memory at the default minimum, which is 128 MB. But that's wrong. They assume that by keeping the Lambda memory at the minimum 128 MB, they can save most costs on AWS. But however, AWS gives the memory and CPU power linearly together. So the more memory you get, the more CPU power you also get. Let's assume you're building an application and you have a code that's in Lambda. Now, the issue with having a low memory, like you chose 128 MB, which is the lowest, and then you get low CPU performance, your code takes longer to load, which means the application is slower. First problem. And secondly, actually, you're not saving on cost. However, you're paying more because AWS Lambda is charged on based on how long the code takes to run. And because the code is slower, it's running for longer, you're technically paying more. Now, let's say instead of taking the 128 MB and the low CPU power and etc., we took a higher memory with like 1024 or appropriately according to what you need. Now you get faster performance. You may not use all the memory that they provided, but because you obviously get more performance, which means your application runs faster, the Lambda runs for a shorter amount of time, which means you also save on costs. So if you're running any serverless applications on AWS or using Lambda for any other reason, check if your Lambdas are optimized or not and let me know in the comment section below.